primarily talk about Superior Renaissance, brother. Superior Renaissance comprised an area in Cleveland called Superior Renaissance, talking about from 105 on Superior down to 125th on Superior, a 20-block strip. You know, we want to turn it into our own enterprise and our own community, just like the Italians got Murray here. The Asians got Asian Plaza down on Payne and 30th. The Irish got Cam's Corner. The Greeks got Tremont. And even the alphabet groups, they got Detroit. So we are talking about Superior Renaissance. And primarily, we want to own this territory, this area, the 20 block, so it can exhibit who and what we are.
That's right.
In other words, our culture, our art, our music, right? You know what I mean? Everything that represents our culture, our way of life, our food, our dress, you know, everything, our art. So therefore, when you come in this community, then you will see yourself. And you can come back to yourself, and you can be able to appreciate who you are in your community. Just like the Italian, when they go to Murray Hill, that's all Italian. Own and operate it. Operate on their rules and laws and their guidance and their direction.
Nobody knows that out of me.
Right?
Nobody mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at you.
But our problem is that we don't have a particular area. We scatter throughout the city. So if I go on Lee and Miles, nothing. Broadway and Union, nothing. And if I go like Buckeye, Kinsman, nothing. I go on St. Clair, nothing. But on 105, on Superior from 105 to 125th, we had history. We had the black nationalists in there.
If I was wrong, wasn't it a Renaissance? Because I was hearing that term before.
Right.
Renaissance. Is
right.
that true?
Yeah, Renaissance means renewal or rebirth.
Okay.
Right. You heard about the European Renaissance, you know. Well, we try to. Renaissance is a rebirth and renewal. In other words, we did have this. We own and control this area. The black national on one end, the Muslim on the other end, down there 125th, 124th, with all the businesses and the mosques.
Why do you think it didn't sustain the first go round?
Well, the repeating right to that because, number one, the black nationalists brought nationalism and awareness, right? Standing up and take your own. Well, of course, you understand the enemy of white folks, the police didn't like that. And J. Edgar Hoover, of course, you understand, did everything with COINTELPRO to break up all black organizations. All right, then, so they began to have war with the Black Panther, Black National, and all that, you know, killing our brothers, you understand, putting them in prison, or killing them, and so that destroyed the movement, okay, with the Black National. On the other end, you had the Muslim, which was strong, owning all the business, but when Elijah Muhammad left, there was a split in the Nation of Islam, and that split caused the nation to fall.
That's right.
And so therefore, the power that we have from our nationalistic end and from our religious end wasn't strong enough to sustain that, you know. And then, of course, the young generation come behind us, they wasn't aware of what was really going on, and they weren't knowledgeable, so they weren't able to pick up the banner and carry it on.
Do you think that's when foreigners moved in and took to their earnings?
Oh yeah, of course, you understand, when you use your ability to maintain and control your community and support your community, then others come in. Because what happens is that once you fall, that's called a scattering. People start scattering, going in the other direction. When you're together, you become unified, you come locked into one area. But then we scattered, then we left the area, then now you got vacant lots, you got vacant lands, you got vacant property. And of course, you understand, when you have that, the government want to make money because when some people come in and set up business, they get land tax, they get the building tax, they get the business tax within the building, right? And then when you hire an employee, you get the employee tax. And then when the employee guy take your earnings and buy wine, whiskey, beer, cigarette, you get taxed. So it's an enterprise. And so what happened is that the government need to make money, the city money, because that go in their general fund, and their general fund is used to pay, you know, the employees to run the city, to run the government. So therefore, anytime any land is vacant, you know what I mean, or any business go, then the government or the city official go out and solicit people to come, you know, build in the community, move in our community, open business in our community, because that's how they make their money. And so therefore, that opportunity to come, and people got money, and we gone, we the protected, we gone, and they come in, and all of a sudden they get a stronghold. And once they get a stronghold, then they start owning and controlling the community. And then as a result, you understand, then we now become servants to people, you know what I mean, that are foreigners when we were owners ourselves.
We become dependent.
We become
do you
dependent.
think that's part of like the founding elements of identification and things like that?
Yeah, of course. Not only just identification, that's for any people. It also goes for people who are looking to make money. Because America is supposed to be the land of opportunity. Right. So in order to make money, you understand, you got to first start with some land.
Right.
All right, then when you start with the land, you got to start with a building on the land, right? Now, from the land, I can get products out of the earth and grow it myself and sell it. You know what I mean? Or I can buy it from other areas, you understand, and product, but I need somewhere to house that, the product, until the consumer comes and buy it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying now? And this consumer, which is black, you understand, finance all these different ethnic groups. You know, we finance them. Not only we finance them, they come in and sell us what we could sell ourselves, right?
Right.
They take the money and they go and buy and build another community because they want to be among those who they consider like themselves. You know, they wealthy, they powerful, they in control, so they want to move out with whites who feel the same way. Right. So they move there. They take their money and what they do, they build there, they put their mosque or where their church or their temple, wherever they are in that area. Then they take the money and they send money back to their family from their motherland, where they're from. Then they take the money and they send all their children to college, university, right? So they get well educated. They allow their wives to stay home in a nice, fine house. They don't have to work. And then they take the other money and they take it and come to the city where they got their business and buy the property next to it. You know what I mean? Buy the land, you know what I mean? Own other businesses. And so therefore, we finance their whole reality when, on the other hand, we don't have anything. We have nothing to give to our children. So our children get engaged in crime. And so they don't go to college, university. They head down to 71, going all to prison.
Up north.
Or become a dependent.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we're, so Superior Renaissance is designed to change that dynamic and bring it back like they got it.
That's right.
Well, you got help. You're not just by yourself. You got a couple of guys with you. You got Hobson right here.
Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing?
Now, what do you think about this whole Renaissance thing?
I'm totally with economic empowerment for black people. It's just that simple. We have to get economically empowered, period. So I've been knowing Minister Roland about 25, 30 years. I first met him. One of my best friends is in the nation, and he used to do a mosque down in Akron. And I used to kind of attend that. I never officially joined, but I used to kind of attend and follow their teaching. And I'm all about that economic empowerment for black people. And Cleveland is basically a black city. We have a black mayor, but we don't really control the city. We don't really control the economics in whole Northeast Ohio. And it's time that we do that. It's time that we start.
Your background is
My background is banking, minority business development for the state of Ohio, commercial banking at National City and Chase Bank, my own business. So I've been the last 30 years either in my own business or in corporate jobs and business finance and sales and then minority business development. I used to run a minority business incubator that we had in Akron, Ohio, where you could get an office space and get help with your business. I was only 23 years old when I was doing that. So I've been in this game for a long time, but we always have a problem with access to capital. So my business now is...
Did that tick you off? You said you worked in the banks and you was in commercial development. And when things would come across your table or you get privy to and you see things didn't work out for people of your likeness for whatever reason.
Right.
Did that fuel you?
Yeah, I left banking to start my own company because what we do now, my company is help people raise capital. That's what I'm talking about. Because we always have good ideas and hard work and don't have the money behind it. And in this country, you need both. You need the money behind it and you need a good idea and hard work. And the money is available if you know how to access it. So what my company does now, we help people access capital. So Minister Roland came to me about this project. I was like, oh, I'm with it. We gotta take these storefronts and get them re-owned by black people, get them built up, get them financed, and not have all the money go to the suburbs or to the other areas that's not helping our people.
Let me ask you a candid question. Is it a thing about, hey, Ed,
You want to lean on you. You got those relationships. You can go through those doors. You can make it happen.
That's what I do every week, every month, every day.
You don't have no issue you looking out for our
No, no,
area.
no. I have a whole business downtown Akron where all we do is help raise capital. During the COVID year of 2021, we did 60 different loan transactions, mainly for minority businesses. Right
Is
now,
that through the programs that the
that's
government
not just through those. No, there are so many ways to access capital. We're not even aware of it. Believe me. I mean, I'm telling people to get loans who have felonies, who have bankruptcies, who have 580 credit scores. They are still getting 5- and 6-figure financing. So it's ways to get capital if you know how to access it. Our people just don't know.
Don't know.
We say in our business, my business, when you know better, you do better, and it's just that simple.
Right, period.
You know, you have to be inspired, and have good information, and apply it. So I always tell people you need inspiration, information, and application.
That's
The
right.
problem is we getting caught up on watching the TV set, watching sports teams, watching our heroes on TV, watching reality shows. People who are achieving their goals are doing their thing, making their money, and we let your life pass you by.
That's right.
So I'm
Ain't that the truth?
Real talk.
Ain't that the
Real
truth?
talk.
Hey, T.
I was just watching you speak.
see.
Just walk on by.
That's the reality, and that's
That is
what
the
we have to
truth,
do.
though, seriously.
Like what Ed is saying, we have to get us on a serious note of ownership. See, your whole direction changes when you think about ownership, and begins with the land because you come from the earth, right? And when you come from the earth, then when you knowing that connect you to the divine, that connect you to the God, that connect you to the ancestors. And since your ancestors was builders and creators, once you look at that land and you start doing that, you understand, then those thoughts, you connected all those thoughts and ideas, then you reconnect yourself to the reality of life.